What's happening, peeps and peepettes? I hope you guys are having an awesome day. In this video, we are going to cover one of the two ships that are left in the entire bundle from the Romulan character of mine. And I thought to myself, let's do the tactical, because that's obviously fun to do. And so we got a little bit of a backstory that Cryptic has provided us, how these vessels have come to be. And with that being said, let's read all of the information right here. This new breed of pilot escort represents a unique blend of technologies from each of the primary alliance members, with various projects and subsystems pulled from the Andorian, Lethan, and Dewan technologies. After salvaging a working database from the ancient caverns beneath New Romulus, the Republic found that many of the Dewan's early attempts at space travel contains ingenious variations of gateway technology, presumably based on those of their Iconian masters, and have adapted those theoretical technologies to work alongside modern starship systems. With the most stereotypical approach to conflict, this variant reflects the Andorian military heritage and philosophies of overwhelming firepower and strategic superiority, and allows for additional tactical bridge officer seating and consoles as a result. Pilot ships are highly agile craft designed to perform advanced maneuvers that can give them a deadly edge in combat. Your starship can perform a sudden maneuver in each horizontal direction, forward, backward, left, and right. Executing each maneuvers will rapidly reposition your starship while granting a very brief damage immunity, but costs to all available thruster fuel, which takes several seconds to recover. The Dewan Vandros Pilot Escort comes pre-equipped with a universal console, the Neurophasic Disruption Field. This technology was modeled after some of the participants found presence in Lithian neurophysiology, but on a starship scale, starship seed scale. Wow, I can't actually read. By injecting enemy subsystem with a specific blend of resident frequencies, sentient being can be briefly disabled via a oversaturation of a sensory stimuli. When also subjected to overrides to environmental settings, this effect can debilitate enemy crews with minimal injuries or loss of life. These attacks also wreak havoc on power system of enemy vessels, causing numerous electrical overloads. This console mode can be equipped in any console slot, but only be used in the Andorian, Lethan, and Dewan escorts, and you only may equip one of these mods on any single ship. After achieving level 5 in your Dewan Vandros, finally, something that I can pronounce, right? Pilot Escort, you will unlock the Promise of Ferocity Starship Trait. While this trait is slotted, activating tactical or intel bridge officer ability will provide a bonus damage buff as long as you remain in combat. These buffs stack up to 5 times, but all stacks are lost immediately upon leaving combat. So this is a tier 6 with the Romulans only. You cannot get this particular ship on the Klingon or the Federation. You get other ships, other types, basically the same type ships, but just the way that this ship looks is only available to the Romulans amongst us. We got a hull strength modifier of 1.02 with 60. No, what am I saying? At level 60, you're going to get 40,800 hit points with a shield modifier of 1.1. We got 5 weapons on the front, 2 on the aft, plus 1 because you got that Alliance Hyper Cannon. That is that experimental weapon that has a 360-degree targeting arc. With console modification, 5 tactical, 3 engineering, 3 science. So basically, not a lot for science, not a lot for engineering, but a lot for the tactical. So you're going to do a lot of DPS. Base turn rate of 16 degrees per second. Now, this is just, the base amount of turning rate that all of these ships have. Going from that, you can enhance it to make it better, you can't actually make it worse. You can only make it better. You can put like RCS consoles on it just to help you, have a higher turning rate. So if you want to really deck it out and be like, just like a crazy escort, you can actually do that by increasing the turn rate. Impulse modifier 0.2 with an inertia rating of 70. At base amount, this thing is going to get plus 15 to power to the weapons and also plus 5 power to engines. With the universal console, the Neurophasic Disruption Field is really cool in space. You can actually see the visuals kind of like, like lightning. Yeah. Also has that pilot maneuver Starship mechanic that you can basically go in the horizontal plane left, right, forward and backwards. And that whole mechanics I'm definitely going to showcase in space. Starship Mastery Package Escort, so precise weapon system, tactical maneuvering, enhanced weapon system, and also devastating weaponry is going to give us plus 2.5 critical chance in all weapons that is energy based or kinetic based. Very cool. And that unlockable Starship Trait, painful memories, that we are going to unlock if we level this thing all the way to a level 5. Now, what am I going to do? What are you guys are going to be looking at in this video? I'm going to go to the customization, see what kind of customization we can. I think we're not going to be able to do a lot of customization on this thing, but we'll take a closer look at that. After that, in space, we are going to see how, what the size is in comparison to a other ship. After that, we're going to equip all of the visuals and see how this thing is going to transform. And I don't think there is no unique bridge, so I'm going to skip that. And then we are going to take this thing into combat and see how good of a DPS ship this ship is actually going to how fast it's going to kill the enemies. I think it's really good to have something like that to actually compare it to like cruisers and stuff like that. Ships that you might have, so you can actually compare it and see like, well, if I sacrifice my survivability, is DPS then a thing? Is DPS something that I need to strive for? Or is I don't know, the cruiser or carrier that you're using, is that really something that you still want to fly after, seeing the immense firepower that this thing is going to dish out? I'll leave that to you, and let's go to the customization. So here we are at the customization. This is the old version. Like I said, or at least like I kind of knew, but I didn't mention it in the video. You can actually interchange these templates. So you can actually have this thing and have like a totally different look to the ship. Oh my god, what the hell is this? This is the review that we are going to do, or at least this particular ship. Kind of has like a what the hell is that? It's kind of has like this dome on top in the nose area. I love these spikes though. Not a big fan of the drum at the end. Yeah, I mentioned in my other video that I did for the Romulans. This kind of looks like a hairbrush. Oh, underneath, I definitely like it underneath. Big fan of these spikes. Big fan of these spikes, and I love the materials that they're using. Just the shape is just too weird. Shape is just too weird for me. And I have not seen like a lot of people using these, but I'm guessing it's just you know, user preference. So no unique interior, so we're not even gonna go there. No different in window types, but we do have different material types. As you guys can see, this is type 1, this is type 2. It comes at default with type 2, and type 1 is a little bit like, has like a bluish tint. Kind of liking the blue more than the greenish type. In all honesty, let's see how it's going to change underneath. Yeah, definitely liking the bluish tint a little bit more. But it's just that is just me. Now, you can definitely tail. Oh, there is actually a difference between the two tails. I'm not seeing a lot of difference though. And the fins. Oh, the big shark fin is back. Or you can actually remove that. That's kind of weird. That is definitely weird. Nice. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this. The way it comes out of the box. I'm going to cancel all of the changes that I made, and we are going to head into space to see how big this thing is in comparison to the Lukari ship. Here we are in the comparison. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not bigger than the Lukari science ship. The Dorito triangle, whatever have you guys calling it these days. This thing definitely has that, you know, that animation of the drum or the hairbrush. That has it. I'm kind of like leaning towards liking this ship just because of the shape. Then the other one with the shark fin and underneath as well, like the goatee or whatever it's called. Yeah, not really enjoying that. But this one, it's kind of liking it a little bit more. Yeah, what I needed to show as well is the piloting mechanics. So if you tap like your directional keys twice, I'm gonna push like the A key twice. It's going to move left, just like that. And it basically has a little bit of a meter right here that needs to be fueled up. And when it is full, it's going to allow you to go left, right, forward, and backward in the horizontal directions. Really cool to my knowledge. This is really a, or at least the mechanics that I'm using it for is just getting out of combat, right? Let's say your particular enemy is like, hammering down a lot of DPS against your ship with the base amount of 40,000 hit points, let's say 41,000 hit points. This thing is not going to be able to withstand a lot of firepower from your enemy. So you can use this thing to get out of combat. Let's take this guy for a base amount of kilometers. we are basically 5 kilometers away from, the starting point that we started. And that is in each direction. So forward, backward, left, and right. So if your enemy is somewhere between, 6 or 7 kilometers, you can basically, get out of their range really quickly. You can use it also as an offensive ability. Let's say you're at full impulse and the enemy is right there, and you basically remove, like in this case, the aft shield from your enemy. You can basically, go backwards and have another go at the same shield facing, that is basically exposing the hull, and you can fire torpedoes and use it as an offensive abilities. It's all possible, and you can use it over and over and over again. I would say it's up to you how you're going to use it. I would basically be careful when using it, because if your evasive maneuvers or emergency power to engines or whatever is depleted, is on cooldown, this might be your last resort before actually needing to respawn, because your ship is being exploded by some kind of enemy firepower. But that's just my experience, that is based on the game. But anyway, I digress. Let me get into my favorite spot right there and start showcasing the visuals for you guys. Now, we actually saw it just a little bit when we were doing the comparison, but this is how the ship looks like without any modification done to it. It basically came out of the box like this. All of the customization that were as an option under the customization with the NPC over there, I basically canceled. So this is the way it looks like in space. And I'm actually going to zoom just a little bit so you guys can actually see all of the details that have been added to the ship. I definitely love the attention to detail. Not really liking the drum right there, but the rest is like that glow effect. That's really cool. Definitely a big fan of that. But the rest is like definitely also from these spikes, these antennas, or these feelers. Don't know what to call them. Definitely a big fan of that. For the rest, is like, yeah, not my particular cup of tea. All right, let me start equipping all of the different visuals right here. We are going to start off with the adapted M.A.C.O. Since when does this thing has like a red outline? That's new. I had to grab myself a new version of that because apparently I lost it somewhere. But this is the adapted M.A.C.O. Maybe I just need to pay close attention to it. To all of the icons. But the adapted M.A.C.O. right here on you guys' screen. And I do enjoy the adapted M.A.C.O. as visuals go, because really cool in its design. All right, let's continue with the Aegis. Aegis, Aegis, and Aegis. There we go, Aegis. All right, let's flip this baby over. All right, next in line is going to be the Assimilated Borg. Yeah, all of the Borg still stay true to the rotating of drums, of the hairbrush, within the modification of the Borg console as well, or at least not the console, the enhancement of the engine. You can actually see better visuals of the deflector dish. Very nice. I wonder, where does that... do I have the universal console from the Borg? Where is it? Apparently I don't have enough universal console from the Borg. That's just weird. Maybe I've discarded that as well. Who knows? Next is going to be the counter command. That is 1, 2, and the visuals. Yes. Counter command visuals. Oh, I like the underneath part. Really liking underneath. On top, not so much though. Let's flip it around. See what kind of changes the luminescence is giving it, or it's, in this case, it's not giving it. It's basically the same. Yeah, it's the same. All right, moving on with a delta. Here we go with the delta space set. All right, let's flip this thing over. Kind of like the way the delta visuals look on this thing. Yeah, I kind of like it the way it looks with the delta visuals. Anyway, let's continue doing the Dyson. Dyson. And where is the Dyson? Is this one? 3 pieces of the Dyson visuals. Oh, that's really bright. That is really bright right there. All right, let's flip this thing over. Very space alien looking ship. I wonder what they base their design upon on this thing. What kind of creature? Alright, next one is going to be the Iconians. Or at least the Iconian visuals. Here we go. Iconians, very nice. You can actually see that this inner part right here also changes color. Where the deflector dish housing is located, that dome thingy with the force field. And this part right here also changes color. Huh. Or at least not the color, it changes with the visuals as well. And you can actually see in the drum that this thing is also changes with the visuals. That's nice. I love that attention to detail. I don't think I saw this one on the other review that I did. All right, next in line is gonna be the Jem'Hadar. Gem, and the last of a Jem'Hadar. Very nice. Now you can actually see that this force field dome thingy on top is totally changing its color. Like on the Iconian was like a little bit whitish, and now it's like gray to green. Very nice. All right, let's flip this thing over. Kind of like it. Kind of like it the way that with the Jem'Hadar. Because it has that upper part kind of looks like a shell, and underneath is like, you know, the soft belly, like an armadillo basically. Nice. All right, Nukara is next. 1, 2, 3. All right, flipping this thing to the other darker side so you guys can see what kind of changes it's going to go through. Not a lot. Not a lot of changes. I wish they did the entire underneath part of this thing to be this material type right here. So it could, you know, be a little bit more of an eye catcher, because now it's like, yeah, why bother? All right, next in line is going to be the Omega. That one, and that one. the Omega visuals. Let's flip this thing over and see. Okay. Wow, I really love the engine tray right there. It's definitely suited for this ship because it has that a jet engine exhaust visuals going through it, and it definitely fits this ship. All right, next is going to be the Reman. Reman, and Reman visuals. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is totally scary right now. Can you imagine if this thing was like scaled all the way down and you find something like this on, like, I don't know, on your hand or... Ew. I apologize, guys. Wow, scary, scary. Now, there's not a lot of difference when it comes to night and day cycle with this thing, or at least being hit by light or not being hit by the light, because the Reman visuals don't actually react to that. So we are going to continue with the Romulan. Romulan and Romulan shields. Very nice. Other way around. Huh. Okay. That was the Romulan. Now we're heading over to the temporal visuals. Ah, here we go. Where is the... That's the Lukari. Okay, did I lose the Terran? Terran, temporal shield, temporal engines are gone. I got the temporal shields right here. Why are items being removed from my inventory? That sound that you guys are hearing, that is that's Discord. I apologize for that, but these are the temporal visuals without the temporal engines. And you guys can actually see I don't have those skittles coming out of that, those colors from the engine exhaust. All right, flipping this baby over. And probably a good thing to hide the sun so it's not going to glare in your eyes. All right, next in line is going to be the Terran. Terran deflector, Terran engines, Terran shields. There we go. Oh, that is nice. That is really cool. Oh yeah, it fits this ship perfectly. Especially loving the end points of these feelers, that they actually made like a little bit of a light source on the top. Nice, very nice. Attention to detail like that. I definitely enjoy that. All right, next in line is going to be the Breen. Where are the Breen? Breen deflector, engine, and the shields. That one. The Breen visuals on your screen right now with this thing. All right, let's flip this thing over. Oh, this is a nice view as well. We got the moon back in the background right there. You can see a little bit of a transitional glow. Nice. All right, next in line, the Lukari. One of the Lukari, two, and the visuals. I have been reading a couple of you guys' comments. It's like some of you guys actually like the way that these things look like. But I also want to mention that these particles, these spherical shapes that you guys see that are emanating from the drum or this hairbrush that is rotating, this is also going to be a factor when you're going to have a lot of these ships flying in, in the same vicinity, or just keep in mind that these are all visual effects. So if you don't have a really good computer, you basically need to stay out of the area of these ships, because this thing is definitely going to take your computer resources, and it's going to make a little bit of a lag issue if you have lots of visual effects, lots of explosions, scientific powers, skills that are going on and off, like gravity well, and all kinds of stuff that has to do with visuals, like Tychon's Rift and all of that that is visually heavy on your machine. And having a bunch of these things emanating from your drum, these particles, is definitely going to take your graphics card resources and might give you guys a little bit of a lag issue. I'm just saying. The Regalia space set. Imagine having that as a space set with the temporal visuals that goes off with all of the skittles and all of the visual effects that you have. That's just going to be a nightmare for your graphics card. Like if you're having like one of those top-end graphics cards, the 1080s and stuff like that, TI versions, overclocked, that might not be an issue, but if you're having like a low-end system, that might be an issue. And I really wish that they, Cryptic, gave us some kind of option to actually disable these particles. But as of now, I have not seen it. Because even if I remove the disable visuals right here, they're still going to be apparent. So let's enable that. The Bajorans. No, that's the wrong one. Bajoran. No, that's the wrong one. Bajoran. And the Bajoran. Here we go. Bajoran visuals. Yeah, not a not a really good one. Where visuals go, or at least for my experience that I'm doing these visuals, it's not an eye catcher somehow. It's not really, yeah. Not something to look forward to. Hey, I'm going to equip the Bajoran visuals. Look at my ship. It's really pretty. No, it's not. All right. Those were all of the space sets. Now we do have 2 more visuals to display. Those are the Tzenkethi visuals right here. And we do have another one, that is the Discovery visuals as of now. But these are the Tzenkethi, and these are my favorite visuals. Even on this ship, it kind of looks badass. It looks very badass. All right, next in line is going to be the Discovery visuals. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you like the Discovery visuals, guys. Me, nope. Not really enjoying it. The Bajoran visuals and the Discovery visuals, I just think that they kind of did like... they needed to make something happen and they didn't give it enough time to actually make something that is really good. Maybe that was the idea. Maybe this is just, you know, the end result. But if you would ask me, if you just compare the two, I mean, you got the Tzenkethi as visuals go, and you got the Discoveries as visuals go. I mean, there is no contest right there, right? The Tzenkethi wins like 10 out of 10. But that's just me and my experience. All right, so we did all of the visuals for you. I'm actually going to equip the Tzenkethi because I can't actually look at this ship with any other visuals. So we did all of the visuals for you guys. The bridge tour I'm going to skip because there is no bridge, and this thing is just the default bridge, and I'm not going to waste you guys time with that. I am going to showcase the information from these Alliance hypercannon. Now this is that experimental weapon that has a 360-degree targeting arc, 0.5 seconds to recharge, 3.5 seconds 0.5 seconds to charge, and 3.5 seconds to recharge to actually fire again to the target, and 3,543.8 radiation damage. That is based upon my character. You guys could have like a totally different number right here. What's so special about this thing? Well, this thing has a 10% chance to hit one random subsystem offline, or a 10% chance to reduce the -10 all damage resistance from an enemy, or 10% chance to do a plasma damage over time 19.1 for the next 15 seconds, and that is per second. So that's, let's say, 20 plasma damage over time for the next 15 seconds. So that's a lot. So if you want to have this thing, do more damage, put some point into Starship weapon training, drain expertise, or energy weapon training, because this thing is definitely a beam, and it's not based on kinetic. Really cool to see the animation. It has like, a circular animation to it. It has like 3 points. Really cool. And I'm definitely going to showcase that when we are going to fight the enemy. Admiralty card, let me just look that up. So we got this weird ship, the Vandros Pilot Escort, 3 stars in its rarity, 26 in engineering, 65 in tactical, 26 in science, minus 25% in maintenance per tactical ship that you're going to equip. Alongside this ship with 18 hours in maintenance. After usage, the universal console, at default, this thing gives you a plus 8% in flight speed, plus 100 resist versus speed and turning debuff. The special ability, the Neurophasic Disruption Field, 10 kilometer range with a 2-minute cooldown. Once per second for the next 10 seconds, affect up to 10 foes within 5 kilometers of the targeted foe. Is going to deal electrical damage, also confuse for 1 second, and 20% chance to disable for the next 1 second. If you want to have this thing be more effective, put some points into exotic particle generator. Now this thing is also part of a space set. If you have 2 of these things, and I think I do. Is it this one? No, that's the... Where is the other one? I thought I had that one. That's just weird. Anyway, this is part of a space set, so you get 2 pieces, the predictive maneuvering plus 10 to flight speed, and also plus 10 in accuracy rating. If you have all 3 of them, you're going to get reduced recharge on the Alliance Allied Pilot Escort console abilities. These are these abilities, so instead of 2-minute cooldown, you're going to get 1-minute cooldown. And also the wing torpedo platform will now use rank 2 of torpedo higher than torpedo spread. That is really cool. You can basically have an uptime of 100% of those torpedo platforms. The bridge officer station, we have a Lieutenant Commander Universal. We have a Lieutenant Universal. Definitely heavy on tactical. So we got a Lieutenant Commander tactical station and also a Commander tactical / pilot station. So you can utilize pilot abilities as well on this thing. And an instant engineering station. That's it for this ship. It is a really cool one to have if you want to dish out lots and lots of firepower. It has a 5-3 configuration with its weapon slots. Lots of, tactical enhancement options right here. We got room for 5 tactical. Not a lot for science or for engineering. So I wouldn't go, full science on this particular variant. This is, just to emphasize, this is on dealing DPS. This is not for survivability, or this is not, or, playing with the enemy to hold them or placate them or anything like that. This is just raw DPS. That is this, what these ships are actually all about. The term glass cannon or paper cannon comes to, is really good on these on these ships, because they do a lot of DPS, but they cannot take a lot of DPS. Anyway, I'm gonna take this thing into combat and see how good it performs against enemies. Here we go. We got Japori right here. Just a patrol mission. Why not? Now I am using the Bajoran shields, or at least the entire space set, but everything else is just the default. So I'm not gonna do a lot of DPS, just the normal coming out of the box abilities. Now I would recommend not to use this as a build, because it's not gonna do really good if you don't know what you're doing. Ouch. Okay, good. Let's enhance our hull a little bit. Now I don't have any shield abilities, because using the Bajoran shield is actually a good thing for those shield facings to be depleted. Oh, that's actually gonna kill me right there. Okay. Move out of combat. Where's my evasive maneuvers? Oh man. See, this is what I mean. Kind of need to rethink my bridge officer layout. Because right now it is heavily on a DPS. I got 3 tactical bridge officers, and this is just to hold the enemy in place with tractor beam, a little bit of hull healing, and also hull healing. I thought this is going to be a good build, because the shields, whenever they're depleted, they basically hit the enemy with a plasma. Oh, that is the experimental weapon, the rotating thingy that you just saw there. Torpedo spread, very nice. Now, as you can see, triple digits. Shields are gone. Heavy plasma, 29. Not bad. Yeah, so here we go with the Universal Console. Skill ability, the Neurophasic Disruption Field in 3, 2, 1. You can actually see that. Oh, he's been affected by it as well. Nice. So he is basically firing upon the other enemies as well. Very nice. So got a little bit of confusion going on right there. Experimental weapon hit right there. Nice. Ooh, very nice. All right. So my recommendation, what is my recommendation? Well, experience have taught me that these things are not for people that actually don't know what's going on in the game mechanics. If you're new to the game, I would not recommend using pilot ships. If you're experienced, you basically know what's going to happen, and you already know that these things can do a lot of damage to a particular enemy ship. But with that being said, hulls is basically like paper. So keep that in mind. Like, you can see that I'm doing, you know, flanking damage because I'm at the this guy's rear. My shields are failing. That's not a good thing. Or at least for this particular ship, the space that I'm using is a good thing. Because it gives out that burst. The one that you guys just saw. Okay, need to go out of combat. And heal myself a little bit. Okay, that's hull healing right there. In 3, 2, 1. Hitting them again with the what? I blew up. Yeah, so this guy dealt 8 and a 7k, so that's 15k towards my ship. My ship only has 40,000, so, you know, he basically stripped 1/3 of my hull just by, you know, 2 hits. So keep that in mind if you're, you know, wanting to fire this thing or wanting to have this as a primary ship that you deal DPS with. It's not gonna be good. Even though it is really good on you know, the offensive abilities, it's going to dish out lots of DPS. You just saw this is on normal difficulty and I died twice. Normally I shouldn't die on these patrol missions. These are just the easy version, and I could not even have enough surviving on these groups of enemies that are basically peanuts in compared to, you know, advanced or elite. So keep that in mind. These are really good, but these are also really bad. Anyway, I hope you guys had a little bit of fun and entertainment coming from my channel. Hope to see you on the next video. Take care and later.